what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Little Miss Lulu has made a statement, and we're gonna get into it. Oh wait, some of you guys may not know who Lulu is, so let me give you guys a recap. So about a week ago, I did a video of this tragic story that happened out of Gainesville from Florida residents who went down to Gainesville to have a romantic cabin getaway. The couple went and shared time in a cabin. Some type of argument happened, disagreement took place, and somehow the couple ended up separated. Now, according to the statements of the family, the girlfriend allegedly gave contradicting statements as to what happened. He ended up in the hospital with blunt force trauma to the head and later lost his life. There was speculation as to whether he was hit by a car or if he was hit by an object. His aunt took to social media to speak out about it. She gave out a lot of theories. She claimed the girlfriend had a lot of contradictions. Then the aunt offered up narratives that she thought could have been plausible. Then she came up with more theories, and it birthed a lot of people trying to get to the bottom of this situation. Well, while everybody was spinning their theories and saying what happened as they weren't there, the girlfriend was. She had been silent throughout all of it. She had made a quick response to somebody on TikTok, and then she shut down all communication and speaking out. One person had went on her TikTok and said, "Something is so off. Watching after the fact, she looks like she loves him." To which she responded to that person and says, "I do love him with all of my heart. His death was an accident outside of either one of our control." So after she said that, so many people started coming for her, to which she buckled down and didn't say another word until now, her speaking out and giving an official statement. And even his sister is on her side as well. So stay tuned for the end of the video when we read out what she has to say about it. There's a lot to unpack with this story and a lot to get into. But again, if you guys did not catch my first video on this matter, make sure you check that out first. But without further ado, let's get into this topic. So like I said, the aunt, she came to social media and she was saying different theories. She said the girlfriend contradicted herself, etc., etc. Let me just insert a quick clip and then we're going to move on to what the girl is saying after.
Okay, he was in a cabin on Saturday about 4-5 o'clock that afternoon. The Lulu chick said that guess what? She was riding in the car with him. They got into a disagreement and he told her to let him out. For one, if he told you to let him out the car and your message was you pulled on the side of the road and let him out the car and you pulled off and left my nephew in Gainesville somewhere, you and him the only ones there, no family, no people, no nothing. You left my nephew and you said you drove up to a gas station 5 minutes to wait. Maybe he needed to cool off. Maybe he needed to get time to himself to walk up. You thought he was going to walk up to that gas station where you was waiting on him at for 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, you see ambulance, you see police, you see ambulance, you see police, and you know something ain't right. So you get in your car and get back there to the scene with my nephew getting in on a stretcher, getting in the back of an ambulance. You throw him out and left him for dead. And if you didn't, that's how we feel. And if we wrong, Lord, forgive us, but reveal the truth. Not only that, your story changed because guess what? You called her Mama Renee. And when you called her Mama Renee, you gonna tell Renee, oh, he fell at the gas station and bumped his head. How he fell at the gas station and bumped his head when you claimed to put him out of car. Okay, now the story changed again. This on Sunday morning, Renee drive up to Gainesville. The Davis family don't even know my nephew in the hospital. I gotta call it like it is. You let him out. And at the end of the day, pulled off, you left him for dead. Why would you leave him? How did he end up at the hospital? And let me grant it, y'all. They found my nephew's body under a bridge. And they found out Sunday morning she go to Gainesville. Marshala got the call, tell the family. They went in 6 carloads deep to Gainesville. Even in Gainesville at the hospital, she said she had to leave to go back to the cabin to get their belongings. So she left the hospital with the mama there before Davis could get up there and went back to the cabin to apparently get their stuff. My sister called the cabin man who rented it out. And what he said was he heard about an incident that happened in the cabin. Come on out here, I'll tell you about it. I don't want to talk on the phone, and I'll talk to the police too. They went and did their own investigations at the cabin, and the man said he got a call from one of the other neighbors at the cabin because there's no video about an argument they heard and got so heated, and they said a young lady seemed to be the aggressor. They walked around to the cabin to see what was going on, and they only found by the time they got there it calmed down. They never saw Dro in sight, they never saw T2 in sight, but they saw her with that boot on her leg, because you got a broke ankle, that boot on your leg, dragging them belongings from the cabin to the car, from the cabin to the car. My nephew love you so much you don't even drive, Lulu. You don't even drive. He said get on the back seat, I pick you up.
All right, so I'm going to pause her right there. That's some of what the aunt said and stuff that I included in my first video. I sped her up a little bit to kind of get through some of it because you guys already kind of heard it. But I wanted you guys to hear the important part where she says that the girlfriend left the hospital with the mom, went back to the cabin to retrieve the belongings. Well, she did a follow-up video, and then she stated that they actually checked out of the cabin together, and there was video surveillance that showed that they checked out of the cabin together, and the cabin owner was able to rebook the cabin the same day, meaning their belongings would not have still been there. So the aunt in her own story contradicted some of what she told the audience had happened, and there was a lot of confusion.
I know one thing happened, and whatever it is that happened, we praying that it come forward. I also know y'all left that cabin and y'all went and got a room because y'all checked out the cabin. Y'all got a room. Then you said that you left the room and you went to Papa John's Pizza. Guess what?
We been there too.
The detective said you've been to Papa John's Pizza. And guess what? The Davis family did their own investigation. When they hit Gainesville, you best believe they just told Gainesville streets down for answers. I didn't tell y'all this because my live went dead the last time. It was a homeless man under a bridge. Under that same bridge, they found my nephew body at. Let me tell you, say it again, brother. The pizza on the ground flew out the box. The chicken wings flew out the box. So he went to the hotel to check in on camera. He went to the Papa John's pizza place on camera. And guess what? Everything was working fine. Everything was working by God Almighty power. All bones, all limbs, nothing fractured in his head. He left the Papa John's people.
But when he got out that car.
When he got out that car. And guess what? Papa John's and the bridge less than 10 minutes apart. So that means, girl, that demon rose up in you as soon as that man got back in the car. You started at the cabin, and after y'all got food, you still on that. You still on that. So between Papa John's and the bridge, something had to happen. And I'm going to tell you, like the homeless man said, by the time he looked over, he barely saw a stagger and he collapsed.
All right, so as you see, first the aunt said that they had an argument at the cabin and that the girlfriend had to leave the hospital with the mom, go retrieve their belongings from the cabin. Then, like I said, she did the follow-up video saying that they checked out of the cabin together. I didn't put the whole thing in there because I put it in my previous video, but she said they left the cabin together. They checked into the hotel together. They were on surveillance together, checking into a hotel. The cabin was reoccupied the same day. And then she stated all of this other stuff. So the aunt said that the girlfriend was giving contradictions, but the aunt was also giving ulterior narratives as well. And it was a lot of confusion as to what the truth of the matter was. So Lulu spoke up and she decided to give a statement, and even Dro's sisters spoke out as well, and they seemingly took her side and was upset that there was all of these theories pushed out. Now, the only person that was pushing out all of these theories, these contradictions, these scenarios was the aunt on the father's side. So that led me to believe that the mom's side and the dad's side were not on the same page about this situation. So the girlfriend Lulu took to her social media and she wrote a big statement, and it said this: "This has been the most heartbreaking thing that I've ever been through. It has been extremely difficult, overwhelming, confusing, and emotional dealing with everything that came from this situation. While trying to grieve the love of my life and process him not being here with me anymore, when we were nothing short of inseparable, I would never do anything to harm him or would want him to lose his life. I have lost a major part of me losing him. Social media was never my thing, it was Tyrone's. My first thought is not to address anything online. And even when I did, I really didn't know what to say because I am lost. And those who really know us know us. We were not perfect, but we were literally made for each other. We had our whole life planned together. For those asking, I've been provided my account of everything that happened since the beginning to both sides of Tyrone Davis' family. The dad's side, the Davis family, and his mom's side, the Jennings family. Notice that only one side of his family is spreading hateful, negative things that they know Tyrone would not allow nor respect. As much as I want to explain my innocence out of love for my man that I still cannot believe is not here to do life with me, there is currently an active investigation underway. Out of respect for this process, I will refrain from making any more public statements until the investigation is complete. To everyone who has witnessed our love, whether publicly or personally, and who has chosen to stand with me, thank you. Your support means the world, and it's what I need right now. I just ask that you all allow the detectives to do their job and stop with the accusations. The truth will come out in due time. So that is what Lulu had to say. And it seems like Tyrone's own sister had her back in this as well, as she was windmilling for her on her behalf, stating that she was sick of all of the theories that was being pushed out and she was sick of all the narratives that people were stating. Now, I'm going to get into what the sister has to say, what the baby mama had to say, what everybody else has to say in another video, but I wanted to kind of bring you guys first her statement, and then we're going to get into what the other side are saying all together. But just to give you a quick sneak peek of what his sister said under a post, she responded to somebody who felt like the girlfriend was innocent, and she said, "Thank you. People are not looking at the fact that if she did any harm to my brother in any shape, form, or fashion, she would have been arrested since day one. But everyone missing the big picture. No foul play was done to him at all. That's the only piece of information we have. My mom is waiting on all paperwork, autopsy, police investigation reports, and all." Now, she said a whole lot more, and his baby mama spoke out. And there was so much more that we're going to go over. I'm going to do a separate video where I play for you guys audio from someone who reached out to me and said that they were a part of the family. I'm going to share and compile everything in another video, but I just wanted to quickly get you guys what Lulu had to say and give y'all a sneak peek of what his sister had to say as well. All right, we're going to get into some things on the next video.